Welcome back to How Was Life Behind Your Lens. It's your girl, Mickey Boo. Y'all know we keep bringing a special guest through the building, and we got somebody that is just outstandingly great. This is different, y'all. I hope y'all get so much from this. But this is my girl, Cosmic Chi. Hey! What's going on?
What's up, boo?
Nothing much, man.
Yeah. Here, super excited.
Me too, excited. Y'all, so we're going to get into her life before we get into the other stuff, because I think this is going to blow y'all mind.
Yeah.
So, where are you from?
I'm born and raised from Atlanta, Georgia.
Okay, Georgia Peach.
Yes,
I see it all day. Yes, in the building.
Yes.
Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. So, where do you reside? Like out here in Atlanta, like?
Well,
east side, west side, south side.
Well, it's Ellenwood, so it's more like kind of like southeast.
Okay,
southeast-ish.
Something like that. I know where Ellenwood is.
Yeah,
yeah.
So that's where I'm currently at. Yeah.
Okay, cool. You like it out there?
I love it.
It's quiet.
It's very quiet. I got good old neighbors. So
okay. So you've been there for a while.
Yeah, I've been there probably like 12 years.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So cool. I love it. I absolutely love my neighborhood. I love where I live because it's more like it's not the city. You know how in Atlanta now they putting houses on top of houses. Mm-hmm. Houses is you got your space.
So it's like the suburbs, family oriented area.
Yeah, very
not in the rush, the city part.
Exactly.
Right.
Not at all.
Okay.
And like majority, I'm probably maybe the youngest person in my neighborhood. Everybody else is like older, retired.
Okay.
So
right. Got you.
So,
yeah,
I love it.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So break down Cosmic Chi for me. Like what does that mean and why does that name, like why did it call out to you or you called out to it?
Okay, so my nickname is Chi. And that's the life force, the energy. And people, it's so befitting because people always tell me about my energy. Like, girl, you got good energy. You got universal energy. And I'll be like, okay, you know what I'm saying? So when I started to do this as a business, I was actually trying to figure out a domain name for my website.
Okay.
Because, I've just been going by Chi. Mm-hmm. So when I was thinking and started meditating, cosmic came in mind because it's universal. It applies to all things living or all things basically.
Yeah.
And so
it's universal.
Yeah, it's universal. Mm-hmm. So that's how I came up with it.
Okay.
Cosmic Chi. Yeah.
Okay. And Cosmic Chi, what is it that you do?
Okay. Oh, Lord have mercy. So basically I read the cards. People label me as a tarot reader. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But honestly, I just read the cards. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
That's what I do. I also work in finance and other things, but yeah, I'm a card reader. I'm just a realist that's highly connected. You know
got you.
Yeah.
So let's go back. So that's you now. Mm-hmm. What was it like growing up for you, and what pointed you in the direction like I want to read cards, I want to help people, because that's what that's really about, like giving advice.
It is.
And like helping people. They say see the future, like psychic. Do you think that you're a psychic?
No.
Okay, but you read cards and help people to get unstuck or ask a question that they're stuck in or lost at. Okay, cool. Yeah. So as a kid growing up, have you always been like in the magical realm or like very imaginative?
Oh,
like,
yeah. Okay. I've always been extremely imaginative, very creative. And also when I was younger, so let me say this. I've always been a person that's been very helpful to people.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like will put people before myself.
Okay.
And just things of that nature. So I've always been that like a nurturer and things of that nature. When I was younger, I used to read my teachers' minds. Like, people thought that I was so smart in school, but I really wasn't smart. I could just read minds. And then all of a sudden, that kind of just went away. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would know the answer. Like, if my teacher was to ask me something, I would know the answer.
Without knowing the information.
Exactly. At all. You know what I'm saying?
I got it.
And then it's like it just kind of went away. And I was like, what the hell going on? So after that, I used to start having dreams and like premonitions, what people would call deja vu type of things and stuff like that. And I didn't understand it, what I was going through back then. But hindsight, it was just giving me a glimpse of what I would be doing now. You know what I'm saying? But Yeah, so I've always been very like intuitive. Not only that, I've always been into like the spiritual realm. Like my family is 7-Day Adventist, and we go to church on Saturdays, like they heavy in it. But I used to always feel like something was missing. Like, you know, like what is it's more to this? Like, what is this? Or you know what I mean?
Right.
So as I got older and I started to get more, learn more about spirituality and energy and stuff like that, I'm like, okay, this is what's missing. You know what I mean? This because
from the original teaching,
exactly,
we missing the real connection of our spiritual side. We just learning the Bible when they're experiencing,
exactly,
but they don't teach us where to connect it.
They don't. And see, my thing was when I was going to church and things of that nature, and this is just my personal opinion, it disconnects you from your spiritual side.
Wow.
From connecting to your higher self, source, whatever you believe in. You know what I'm saying? Because I think even though, you know, people believe in different things, we all have to agree that it's something higher than ourselves. It's a higher power. And when I was in church, I just felt disconnected. Like the more I studied the Bible and listened to the preacher, it made me feel less than, which okay, in a sense, I guess you can't say we are less than that higher power, but we are that higher power.
It kind of, for me, I see what you say. Almost like it strips you from your power, because it makes you. It's nothing wrong with going to Jesus, but it's almost like they create God as a distance away, and far, and then you have to go through a third person, or you have to go to the church for prayer when you can just go within, because God is omnipresent and God is within. So why am I scrambling all over the place? And then with pastors doing what they do, it just make it hard to believe, because you like, how are you a pastor and you doing X, Y, and Z with certain people of certain ages? And
I had one of my very, very close friends. I love her so much. She dated a pastor, and I'm not gonna say his name, but him and his father are prominent pastors in the Atlanta area, and she dated him. She don't even go to church anymore. She don't. I don't know if I can cuss, but she darn near, you know, stop believing in God because of the things, because of what she's seen him do, what she's seen the father do, and what other pastors do, because they actually hang in a group together, you know.
Correct.
And she used to go to like different meetings and outings and different stuff that they would have, and it made her damn near become a non-believer, just because she's seen the type of people they were and the type of things they did. But then you got up on Sunday
and went and act like what you didn't do was wrong.
Exactly.
I think also that with all the stipulations and the things that they create, it puts us in a fear of God. And when you're trying to have a relationship with anybody, why are you afraid of them? It make you, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I'm not perfect, I'm not going to go to God, or I'm not ready, so I'm not going to go to God. But when you build that relationship, your own personal relationship, you learn that you don't have to be afraid, that you can go to God about anything that, you know what I'm saying, without feeling judged, or like he's going to punish you, or it is going to punish you. It's, oh my God.
That is so true, because like one thing I realized, and what you said that was so powerful and true. When I was in church, I always felt less than. You know what I mean? Like, I'm never going to be good enough. I was born imperfect, so I'm always going to be imperfect. But once I started to walk my spiritual journey, I realized I'm imperfectly perfect.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
I am who I am, and God knows
that
exactly wholeheartedly. Not going to judge me. You know what I'm saying?
Like, going to be gentle and kind and patient with you more than you are with yourself. And once you feel that with God, that's when you gain your power.
Yes.
And it's more like confidence.
Yeah.
Like, this is my best friend.
Exactly.
I can go talk to God. I know God ain't going to judge. I know, you know.
Exactly. So, but that is so true. Like, you just feel so empowered and powerful. You know what I'm saying? Because you know, like,
that it's in you.
It's in you and not outside of you. It's in you. You know what I'm saying? And that's just like you said, church, religion, or whatever you want to call it. it makes you feel like it's outside of you.
Yeah.
Like you gotta go through a third person
just to get it, or God don't hear you.
Exactly.
God, I'm talking about, I be saying stuff and then I'm like, ooh, I know God heard me right
exactly.
there. Exactly.
I'm telling you, girl, so, like once you get that connection, oh my God.
And I want to say this too real quick, and then we're gonna get back into what led you to card reading. Yes, true enough, we are here on earth and we go by time. Which helps us to meet up for events like this. Exactly. And I think that's where we get confused at, because we don't see God. We don't necessarily hear his particular voice. I think you would have to, the only way people can identify God is when they build a relationship and understand God's characteristics. Then you could say, oh, this is of God. Yes. This is not of God. And it's just hard because we're here. And like I said, it was almost taught like it's there. So that's what kind of keep us separated. Right. Exactly. It's a lot of things that keep us distracted and separated.
Exactly.
Okay, cool.
And I'm glad you brought that up, because it's like experiences. We were put, like, we're all pieces of God. We're co-creators with God.
I love that.
So we're here to experience. So what I'm here to experience might be different from what you're here to experience.
We're different expressions of God.
Exactly. Exactly. And if people realize that, like, you know, we're all here to experience, and we're playing a role. You know what I'm saying? And we're all here to experience whatever we can experience in that particular role. And who's to say what I'm here to experience is right or wrong compared to what you know what I'm saying? So it's, I don't know, like, I
think that role playing makes it a whole.
Exactly.
Those little pieces, when we come together as a whole, we all will be one, which is God.
Exactly. And that's exactly any and everything, girl.
Okay. Ooh. Okay. Yes, that was good.
I'm sorry. Okay. I keep touching this mic. I need to stop.
No, you're good. You're good. Girl. So, okay. All right. So you're very creative and imaginative. And how did you pinpoint that to card reading? What connected the dots?
Okay. So, so let me go back. So even when I was little, I just had, like, I wanted to get a Ouija board. Like, I can remember, like, at 7 or 8, I used to want to get a Ouija board.
Did you?
No, my mom wasn't having it.
Okay,
I just told you I came from 7 days. They thought I was damn crazy.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying? Like, put some holy water on it.
You was definitely stepping outside of what you were.
I definitely would be considered the black sheep of my family, because I was going against every grain they laid down. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But they was like, put some holy water on this girl, some oil and stuff, because she crazy. Like, I'm telling you, girl. So I've always been into that type of stuff. I've always been intrigued with, like, psychics and, like, the tarot cards, just the mystics in general. You know what I'm saying? I always been intrigued with that. Okay, so fast forward. You know how you play with cards, like spades and stuff like that. So, okay, so I can remember being little, just knowing how to shuffle the cards out top. Like,
you was a good shuffler.
I was a good shuffler out top.
Okay.
But it went so far as, like, one day me and my brothers was playing cards, and I just started, like, reading the cards. Like, telling them stuff based off the card, the spade cards that they had. Yeah,
and the queen or the jack.
Girl, yes, the cards, the hearts, the spade, and my brother and them looking at me like, you so damn crazy. And I'm looking at myself like, what is coming from? How do I know this? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Can't explain it. I don't know, but it was just crazy. But during that time, okay, it was a joke. It was funny. It wasn't anything
that you took serious,
right? Meaningful back then.
Right.
I didn't know.
Right.
So okay, so fast forward, keep going till I got older, whatever. So now, mind you, I had started dibbing and dabbing in tarot, but as far as, like, reading the cards and stuff, but only, like, for myself and close friends and things like that.
Correct.
And so, because I was too afraid to kind of just open up and just let people know, you know what I'm saying? Like, people that was close to me knew that they used to call me weird and crazy.
But you wasn't sure of your gift.
Exactly. I wasn't sure. And then, like I said, I was kind of scared because of the stigma that is associated with that. Right. And then by my family calling me crazy because they're into religion and I'm more spiritual. You know what I'm saying? It kind of put a damper on that. You know what I'm saying? So I would do it for myself and like my friends that, you know, had questions or whatever the case may be. So fast forward, I started going to a priestess, and I still go to her to this day.
Well, hold on. Let me ask you this. Let me throw you off with a question that I'm just thinking of.
Okay.
Why didn't you say I'm gonna go work in a casino with cards, gambling?
You know what? I never even.
If you know was good with cards.
Yeah, you're right. I don't know. I never even thought about that.
Oh, okay.
Maybe because, you know, I'm not a gambler. Like I'm a sore loser. So if I lose my money, I'm gonna.
You gonna be mad?
I'm gonna be mad. All that. I'm gonna want my money back. I'm gonna flip over the table. Like,
so you never dabbled in the gambling field?
I never dabbled in gambling. Okay. No, I probably don't play the Mega Million maybe 3 times in my whole life.
Oh, okay, got you.
So I've never even thought about that, but it's a good idea.
You know, because you ain't the one playing with your money.
Right, exactly.
But that could be another income source.
I'm just saying, girl, you know, I just love the money. Okay. So
I might need to come get on your table. You cheat with me.
I got you.
Yeah, make that right. Yeah.
I got you.
All right. So you say you go to a priestess.
I go to a priestess.
What is that?
Okay, so the priestess that I go to, she is a psychic. She's a psychic. She's an oracle. She's a palm reader, a tarot reader.
Wow.
I like to call her a Eurisha, but she don't like that title.
Okay.
But she's everything, right?
What's a Eurisha? You gotta put us on
Okay,
that.
so Eurisha is like a deity, an African deity.
Okay.
So Eurishas they're different deities in it's like an African religion, what you would call it or whatever. But it's said that these Eurishas are the ones that created the world, the earth, and things of that nature.
Okay.
Up under God. You know what I'm saying? So you got God and you got Eurishas.
Okay, thank you for that clarity.
Yeah, up under God. So so I like to refer to her as that because when I tell you the lady is so gifted, like the lady, I go see her to this day.
Okay, I got another question. Okay, because it's coming, baby. It's
working. Come on.
I got 2 questions.
Okay,
actually. Okay, all right. Do you believe? We agree that God is within all of us, and you said a point in time you was into it, but it kind of watered down and went away.
Yes.
Do you believe that everybody on earth possess that power in them that can be invoked?
100%.
Okay.
100%.
And what kind of advice would you give to help people shine their light? Like if it's them or if they, you know, went through whatever that is keeping them from, what would you say to help someone illuminate their life? That power in them.
Okay. I know this might sound cliche. Okay, let me say this to piggyback off what you just said. I 120% believe that everyone has that power.
Okay.
We all do because we're all connected.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? What I think that someone or people can do to become aware of it and conscious of it, because it's always there, you got to get by self. You got to get to know yourself, know thyself. You know what I'm saying? And then start to be aware. You know what I'm saying? Because it's whatever it is, I don't even know what it is.
I'm glad you said that.
You know what I'm saying?
Because we all trying to discover
what
it really is. And the best way is to go within. And even still, we may not live long enough to find out until the next transformation. But just knowing that it is power within and it can be risen. Illuminated. And it can be shared. All that good stuff. Oh, come on, girl. I'm gonna let you. You got it, baby.
It's like you said, we all have it. It's just a matter of being aware and honing into it. You know what I'm saying? So I would say, you know, start spending time with yourself. Get to know thyself, like truly know thyself. And because whether you're aware of it or not, it's still there.
And I want to say this too, because it's just getting so good. I just want to say, I don't want anyone to think that it's a certain time either. I think that different people learn differently. Sometimes it take one time, or maybe someone was fortunate enough to have the proper teacher in their life, a family member, friend, mentor, whatever that can help with the answers to where you can get it in immediately with just one belief and you see results, or it may take some longer than others, but time is not the thing that would keep you from it. I just wanted to say that. Oh my
It's
God, I
not
just want to say
time. Definitely is not that because it's always with you. You know what I'm saying? It's just a matter
and
of
accessible
how
to
long
you.
it's
Yeah.
gonna take you to get
You
into
to
yourself.
realize.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, cause it's there. It ain't going
Okay.
nowhere. You know
Okay.
what I'm
Okay.
saying?
Yeah.
And meditation, like
Yes.
meditating is
Yes.
good. And but yeah, it's just a matter of getting to know yourself.
And fasting. I don't think people understand. I think they are stuck on food and internet. Like, I think fasting can be anything that you've become addicted to. Distractions, knowing how to decipher what is getting under my skin and holding me back, or causing feelings that I am uncomfortable with, that's keeping me from feeling the vibration and the highness of myself. And I want to capitalize too on wordplay and you know, just different terms we use today. See, back then when we talked in church, it was more Bible found with thou and all these other words and God and just leaving it there. But now we use the word frequency, energy, vibration to understand more of what we're feeling and what we're saying and what we're thinking. I'm so sorry.
That is so true. I love it. I love it. And I love the fact that you brought up distractions because that's another thing. Like so many things, we have so many things that stimulate us and distract us and that keep us from honing in to our source, our true self.
I love that stimulate.
And that's another thing. Like you said, fasting. It's not only fasting food. It could be fasting the internet, like because all of our senses, yes, we receive things with all of our senses. Eyes, ears, nose, mouth, you know what I'm saying?
But our biggest receiver is influenced through the eyes.
Yes, that is so true.
Because it gives us vision.
Exactly.
And we plant those pictures in our mind, which creates the manifestation.
Exactly.
Ooh, okay.
Girl, you better come through. You better come through with the come through.
Let's go, baby.
But yes, that is so true. Like me personally, I have changed so much since I decided to just open up. You know what I'm saying? Like I stopped watching TV. Like I don't watch TV now. I will. Like my nephew come over, he want to watch a movie
every now and then, but you ain't into it. Like
I have one television in my house, and that's in my son's room. And he, you know, he'll be gone. But it's because you have to guard your garden.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you
got to protect yourself.
You got to protect
once you
yourself.
know these things.
Exactly. And once you become aware, it's like once you know, you can't go back. You know what I'm saying?
You sure can't. You can't. Once you know, you can't. But the ones who haven't, this how you know you don't know. Because you go back to your old ways.
Exactly.
But once you start changing and you and you say that to yourself, I can't go back. You know that you've just begun your spiritual journey.
Exactly.
Okay,
I'm
cool.
telling you, like, and again, like when you go through that spiritual journey, you're gonna be shedding layers. And that goes back to what we just said. Like once you know. You ain't going back because you're gonna be a different person. But yeah, it's basically about just knowing yourself and just becoming aware, because the more you become aware of self, then you'll be able to recognize, okay, what does this mean? You know what I'm saying? Because I know who the constant is. So it's like, you know, well, like in math, you got constants and variables, right? So the distractions is all the variables. You are the constant. Once you figure out what your constant is,
you can pick out them variables.
You could pick out the variables, and then you can interpret it based off of how it affects the constant, which is you. You see what I'm saying?
Come on with it.
I hope that.
Yeah, no, it was good. Sense. It was good.
I hope that makes sense.
Let's go back to the priestess. What was you?
Okay, so with the priestess, I went to her. I still go to her, and then this was like. Actually, it had to be over 12 years ago because I've been in my house about 12 years. So she told me, describe. Now, at the time, I was in an apartment. I was put in a bid, you know, to buy a house. Thought I was going to get the house. And the shit fell. Now, thought I had the house, right? I'm talking about putting my notice to move out my apartment.
You was doing everything you were supposed to do.
Everything I was supposed to do, only for it to fall through. And then didn't get my house. Had to move out my apartment because I put in my notice to leave. So I had to end up moving back in with my mom. Now, mind you, during this time, now I'm going to the priest. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Right.
The house that I'm in now, she described it to a T. I'm talking about to a T. Long story short, she told me things that I would be doing in this house.
Right.
Reading cards was one of them.
Right.
And I told her, now back then, now mind you, I knew I had the gift. Oh, I ain't gonna call it a gift, but I knew I read cards and stuff. But she didn't fucking know that. Right, you know what I'm saying? Right. And a lot of people didn't know that unless you was like a close friend. Right. You know what I'm saying?
It saw you in the ad.
Exactly. Right. So when she said it, she was like, you gonna be doing these shows, which I do have shows in my house. And she was like, but you gonna be reading cards. And I was like, I kind of looked at her like, what the hell? You know what I'm saying? But she described the house and everything. So mind you, I've been in my house like 12 years, and how I came about to actually just like doing it online and stuff like that, because me and two of my homegirls, okay, I had started a YouTube channel for my other company, which is Exotic ATL. So God had been landed on my heart to like do something different. And God had been telling me, you need to start doing card readers online, or you know, just open up to the world, open yourself up to the world. And I was like, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't doing that. Folks gonna really think I'm crazy. I'm not gonna do that. So okay, so one day, me and my homegirls, you know, they want, okay, one of them, she does like crafts, bling stuff out and stuff like that.
Okay.
So she was like, y'all.
She bedazzle stuff.
Yeah, bedazzle stuff. And so she was like, y'all, we need to be serious about the YouTube, because they making bread on YouTube. So I was like, yeah, you know, I was like, but YouTube is hard. Like, it's hard to build YouTube up or whatever. So, so we was like, okay, we just gonna start a YouTube, figure out what we want to do, and we made a pact to post something at least 3 times a week. Like, we set different metrics for ourselves that to hold each other accountable. You know what I'm saying? To build a YouTube. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna start new. I'm gonna do something fresh, and I'm gonna do something new. So now, mind you, I told you God had been landed on my heart. So when that conversation came up, after God had already been telling me, you need to open yourself up to the world. Do this. You need to put this out there. You need to be doing this for more people and stuff like that. And so when, however long later, maybe a couple of months later, when we had the conversation, me and my homegirls, I said, you know what, God, I'm going to do it. I'm just gonna, and I did it. And when I posted my first YouTube, girl, I go back and look at it, and I was so cringe because because like, I know that I'm hood. I know that I cuss a lot.
You look special.
Yeah, very special. Uniquely special, for sure. And so on my first couple of videos, I was not being myself.
Got it.
And when I go back and look at it, girl, I just cringe, because I still got them on my YouTube. I just cringe. But I still got positive feedback. Like, people was like, oh my God, how you know this, girl? You on
they
point.
Didn't see that you saw that in you, that you wasn't all the way.
Exactly. And so after that, God was like, you know, God told me, be you, be yourself, talk how you talk. Yeah. Because I talk, that's how I talk to God.
I be saying that to myself all the time. I be like, Mickey, that's not, I am proper. I traveled a lot. So I can be like a lot of different ways and speak a lot of different ways to a lot of different people. Yeah. Right. And it's like, I'm not getting that Mickey boom. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I know what you're saying. And it's a transition and process.
It is.
To allow people to see who you are. It's kind of like a form of vulnerability as well.
It is.
And so really I think we do care about what people think.
Yeah.
And, you know, say about us. Okay, cool. All right, cool. So, all right. So boom, you did that.
I did that.
And you saw the difference between then and now. And listen, and that's why I brought you here. It's something about your energy that, like, I love. Oh, let them know entertainment purposes only. Entertainment
purposes only.
Okay. Three times.
Right. Oh, you know entertainment purposes only. Entertainment purposes only. Entertainment purposes only.
Okay, period. So, yeah, so, you know, you was, and I was just telling my sister too, when she just called me that you was coming. I said, I just really want to get her story so bad, because she's so down to earth and she makes it so comfortable or whatever like that, you know, to seek advice in the card reading world.
Right.
So, okay, so you do card reading, and I definitely want to get you to do something for the people today. Like,
okay,
you know, it could be a word of the month. It could be something random for anybody. It could be zodiac. Any one of those things. So we're going to whip that up for the people, y'all.
Okay.
So do you want to get into that?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, all right. So a lot of people are afraid of card reading. Why do you think people are scared? And like, what kind of advice would you give? So why they should be a little bit more open to it?
Okay. It's the information or the false information that's been put out there. You know what I'm saying? We have been programmed to think that it's of the devil and all of that stuff. People are afraid of it because because of the misinformation that's been put out there about tarot card readings or psychics or whatever you want to label it. And then also, this is a huge one. As a psychic, a tarot card reader or whatever, like, we have accountability. Whatever you want to label it, we have accountability. So you have to be mindful of the information that you're passing. You know what I'm saying?
I think everybody should.
Exactly.
Everybody should be careful with any information that you put out there.
Like, you don't want to. I heard of a story one time where this lady was going to a psychic. Like, okay, let me say this. As readers or whatever you want to call it, we have a code of ethics. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And so in that code of ethics, you have to be mindful of what you're telling your clients or what you're reading to your clients.
Okay.
So, for example, it's this one story about this lady that went to a psychic, and the psychic told her she was going to pass at this age and this, that, and the third. And so the lady basically lived her whole life in fear. You know what I'm saying? And don't get me wrong, she ended up, I don't think she probably passed maybe like a little bit after the age. But that information had her living in fear up until whatever, you know what I mean? So we just have to be mindful of that. And that's another reason why people could be scared, because they don't want to hear information like that, or they don't know exactly what they're going to hear, and it's the fear of the unknown. Like, okay, if I go to this psychic or this card reader, I don't want to hear nothing bad. I don't want to hear this. You know what I'm saying?
You're not even fully open to receive certain information.
Exactly.
Okay. So let me ask you this: where are you hearing? Are you hearing a voice? Where are you connecting to get the information?
Okay, so for me, number one, I read the cards, but at the same time, I hear stuff in my mind's eye. I guess hearing would be the right word, because it's like you hear words. I mean, you hear it. And then also you see pictures and images.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So, yeah, but it's like, you know how you talk in your head?
And other stuff come up.
It's like that.
That's like what we was doing in the conversation earlier.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like
your inner self just is figuring it out. And it's like, oh,
Exactly.
Okay. And so then when people do this, is the source demonic? Is it coming from the devil's place or hell?
Okay.
Where is it? Like, what do you associate it with?
Well, I associate it with the all, the higher self, the higher power, because again, we're all connected to this higher power, and we're all receivers of this higher power, regardless of what point you tap into it or
from the conscious pool.
Yeah, exactly.
Got it.
Perfect.
That was it.
All
right, cool.
Perfect name.
Okay.
So no, it's not of the devil. Okay. But then it's like, what is the devil?
I honestly,
you know what I'm
saying? Opinion, I believe that was made up to keep us in fear too.
It is.
I think that it is an adversary, or things that always pull and push. A lot of times it's our thoughts and our own manifestation and just circumstances that happen, but it's all about your reaction and how you respond to it.
It is. It's your lawyer. It's the lower self.
Ooh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Anything that goes against your highest good. That's what I think. Right. The devil. You know?
Okay, got it. All right, so let's get into it. Let's do this exercise. Entertainment purposes. Entertainment purposes. Only.
Okay, so we just gonna pull a couple intuitive messages, and this is from Kev's intuitive deck, and we just gonna see what come up.
Okay, cool.
Right. Thank you, Spirit. Do you see that card?
Self-love. Let's put it up there. I can touch the card?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, self-love.
Self-love.
That's what came out first.
Jezebel.
Ooh.
Pathway.
Okay.
Abuse.
Okay, so I'm going to show everybody these cards real
go
quick.
right ahead.
This is the Jezebel, and this is what her deck looks like, and that's the back of the card. Don't know if y'all can see that. Don't know if you want to screenshot and zoom in, screen record, zoom in. Oh, okay, and abuse. So let's what are you getting from that? What are you getting from that? Okay, what kind of message is this?
This is basically talking about.
Wow.
This is basically talking about how, and this is a feminine energy, so and it's all feminine energies on this card, but energy is interchangeable, whatever. But this is just basically talking about someone that's abusing themselves, you know what I'm saying, based off of dwelling in, could be lust, promiscuity, if that's a word, you know what I'm saying?
I got what you're saying.
But this is about going on a path, like whoever this is or whoever this resonates with need to turn inward. You know what I'm saying? Let go of the lower energies, the lower frequencies like lust. Could be jealousy, because she look a little jealous. You know what I'm saying? She look a little, like envious.
She look mean,
you know what I'm saying?
Sexual,
exactly,
jealous,
right? Promiscuous, lustful, and things of that nature. But this is talking about just basically raising your vibration, getting out of this type of energy, because if you continue down the path of staying in this type of energy, you're abusing yourself. You're going to find yourself in abusive situations with abusive people because you're abusing yourself. The key is self-love. At the bottom of the deck, you got a mature man, and it could be a masculine. And right here with the community card. Okay, so whoever this person is might come into contact with a mature man. Okay, out of all the men that she probably sleeping with, being around, or whatever the case may be, going to come into contact with a mature man that is her soulmate, that is going to help her see.
Show them the soulmate card, because that's deep that even came up.
Oh, okay. I apologize. Okay.
No, you good. You good.
So you got the mature man and then the community card. So out of all the people that this Jezebel is communing with, you know what I'm saying, the community, she going to find one man, one mature man that is actually a soulmate. And a soulmate is not necessarily a soulmate. We could have many soulmates. And a soulmate comes into our life to basically teach us some type of life lesson. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes they could be in our life for a season. Sometimes they could be in our life for a lifetime. You know what I'm saying? But one thing for sure, two things for certain, they meant to teach us some type of life lesson. And this man is going to come into this Jezebel's life to teach her and show her self-love. Okay. Look on this card. Well, I'm going to show y'all. Look on the card, and I'm going to show you too. You see how it's like he's showing her to reach up to
she's mimicking him.
Exactly. And going up to her higher self, or reaching higher, aspire to be higher.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And this mature man is going to show this Jezebel that. Okay. And look, you got false, but then you got twin flame. False and then twin flame. So yeah, he's going to shed some light. Like the path you going down, that ain't what you want. That ain't the path you want. You want to be hit in the head with tomatoes and crying and
beating yourself up.
And beating yourself up.
Or letting people beat you up. Verbally or physically.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like you got to love yourself. You got
in order to know yourself.
Exactly.
So you don't have these reoccurring abuse traits.
Exactly. All
right. Okay.
And also, like with this twin flame card, this mature male is going to be in this person's life for a lifetime. This is the twin flame. So it was meant for them to meet.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because twin flame is one soul split in half. You know what I'm saying? Okay. That's why the journey is so hard. So they say it's so hard, or whatever the case may be. But yeah, these two people is meant to connect. Okay. And it's so crazy. Like we was talking earlier about how we're meant to experience different things, right? Now look at this. A Jezebel spirit, which people might look down on her, or you look down on her journey, judge her journey, things of that nature.
In the case they don't know what Jezebel spirit means, it's a reference to whole fight in today's term.
Right, exactly.
I mean, let's just be real.
You're right. Okay. Right. And so, but guess what? It was meant for her to go on this journey in order to meet this man.
Right.
That's gonna help
her. And that is life, yin yang.
Exactly.
Good, bad. You don't know the difference if you don't experience one or the other.
Exactly. Wow. She was meant to experience that. This is the role that she was meant to play to get to get that she need to get to. You know what I'm saying? So it's that type of. I love it.
And see, then I wanted to do this exercise with you all because you wouldn't know that on your own if you haven't went within. Like sometimes nothing about this was bad. Nothing about this said stop sleeping with people or or leave a person alone that you with because you're not married. So technically you are shacking or just having sex with someone that this was just a plain view of somebody maybe not knowing their self-worth, going down the path of what they don't truly feel is right for them, and it just pinpoints a particular area. And Jezebel could be anything you're not comfortable with doing, you're doing, and it's abusing your mental or your physical, and you need to tap into your self, whether it's low or high, to even raise the vibration so that you can have a clearer path and what's going on. And guess what? This also lets you know you are not alone. You are not alone. Never if alone. You don't know, help will come. It can be a card reader. It could be you going with yourself. But a lot of times we act like we don't hear the answers because we don't take the time to listen to God and the universe when it gives us secrecy and signs. So, it can be a friend as a twin flame. Someone mature can be a mentor. It's a lot of different ways you can change the narrative and the perspective on this to help you if you are hurt and you're abusing yourself because you don't feel good about yourself. And maybe others don't speak well of you, but change can come.
Exactly. And to piggyback off what you said, like card readings is just to offer insight. And I strongly believe like 8 times out of 10, the person that gets a reading, they already know it.
It'd be confirmation. That's how you can agree. Exactly. How can you agree if you didn't already feel that?
Exactly. Your intuition already is probably giving you signs and stuff like that. And just a card reading is just could be confirmation or just offer some insight. It's never to tell a person what to do and what you should
and
do.
I would say that too as advice to add on. If you do moving forward, we need your information where they can find you if they want to talk to you. I wouldn't say change your life based off what is told to you. It's just to be mindful.
Exactly.
That's it. That's all. Where can they find you?
Okay. TikTok, Cosmic Chi. YouTube, Cosmic Chi Tarot. My website, cosmicchi.com. Etsy, Cosmic Chi Tarot. So pretty much anything Cosmic Chi Tarot. Yep.
Yeah. We're going to put that below.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so she also goes live on TikTok. You can go on there if you just want to see for yourself. She gives like a free question. And then if you want to, the handles that she gave you is if you want a personal reading and go more in depth with whatever information that you got. Or even if you watch others ask questions and it makes sense and you feel comfortable with doing that, feel free to do that. Yes. She is somebody that I went and saw and just ran across and I fell in love with her. And I hope that stage, everybody love definition is different. Right. But genuinely, I grew like a gravitational pull and like how you deliver your personality and the work that you do. I feel very, very comfortable. I didn't feel like it was coming from a dark place.
Thank you.
So
no, it's not.
Yes, thank you for coming here.
Thank you for having me. Yes. I really enjoyed it. Like, thank you for having me. Yeah. I really appreciate you. You have a beautiful spirit, a beautiful soul. And I
take one to know one.
Yes. And just blessings on top of blessings. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
it's your season.
Yeah.
And congratulations in advance.
Thank you. Thank you. Y'all seen the best, the only show in the world that's gonna bring y'all the real truth, nothing but the truth, and just love and light